This will be a review for the brand new Rose Acoustics Photon. This Photon dynamic driver earphone is very small in size, so when you get it, you will understand that it's perfect. This could be a perfect fit for women. This earphone is quite good. For at least the way it looks, then sound is a different conversation which I'll get into. But first of all, a big thank you to Lenso for sending this out for review. I do appreciate. If you want to purchase the earphone, the Lenso store is in the description. You can go get it there. It's priced $16. It is well priced. It's not expensive. The build quality is decent, and the cable is it's okay. It's braided, especially if you get down below the microphone. The cable is slightly braided. It doesn't have the same build quality as the Aura Evo, which is more expensive. That model costs $35. This one isn't as expensive as that, but it's okay for what it is. So you just have to deal with it and take it for what it is, at least the pricing. Now the other thing again is for me, I feel the look is okay and should fit women basically. It's feminine in the way it looks. So if you want to get something for your lady, this is the perfect kind of earphone you can get for them, because it's small enough to fit most women ear. But the only thing you have to change is the ear tips that it's coming with. I'm not a fan of this ear tip. This ear tip that Rose Technics add into their earphones. I'm not a fan of this wide ball ear tips for the earphones themselves. There are situations where wide ball ear tips are perfect for earphones, but in this situation, I don't think it's very good for this earphone, and I wouldn't recommend you use the ear tips they give you here. Buy your own ear tips from Whizzer ear tips store, or you get Whizzer makes earphones, so but they sell their ear tips separately, and I love their ear tips, especially the model I use, which is fantastic. I'll leave that model in the description. The other brand you can get from is DUNU. DUNU sells ear tips. They have their CP100 and other model, but I use their CP100, the smallest size. So there you have options. You can get DUNU ear tips or Whizzer ear tips. So it all depends on what you want to look at. The other thing again would be sound quality, because I know sound quality is very important for a lot of people that will go out to purchase this or check this out. Now the Photon, it's coming with an 8mm peak dynamic driver, so it's kind of like a well made earphone in terms of the driver specs is coming with. But the only thing here is the size of the dynamic driver. It's 8mm. When you listen to it, you would say, at least the first thing that'll come out of your mouth is that it lacks low frequency, and that's a bit of a concern, because these days earphones are lacking, at least generally earphones of the modern age are lacking low frequency, and this one lacks low frequency. The only thing that it has going for it is clarity. I like the clarity. The clarity is just good. You can tell it's a neutral set. Now in terms of the tuning, I would say this thing is neutral to bright slightly. It's very similar to the Aura Evo. When I listened to both, I could tell that they almost sound alike. The only difference is that the Aura Evo slightly has more bass, slightly, very slightly. It isn't too audible, but it's there that it slightly has more bass and presence. And I would say maybe the Aura Evo has slightly better treble, because it extends farther than this one in terms of the extension. The Evo is slightly better, but this is very close to that Evo. If you're using both, you won't really tell both apart, because both don't have any differential performance in sound that I can say this or the other is better. So that's just my opinion, and it's the way it is from my finding. They are okay. They are okay. They are okay for what they are, but they are not like they are not the best at they're not the best at they're not the best at what you can do right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how a lot of people kind of like get this and check whether it's worth it for them. Uh, you know, some people can work with bright earphones, but some people might need that low frequency. So it's something that people would have to check and deal with before going out to purchase. Now, I need bass in my earphones. So whenever I buy earphones, the main thing I check for is if do they have enough low frequency to cover the full spectrum, because I need my earphones to hit hard. And when they don't hit hard, it's a bit of a problem. So that's just my own opinion in this regard. If you have your own opinion about the way your tuning should be, that's fine. Me, I need bass a bit. So the tuning is fine. It's neutral. It's good. It's really, really good. You will enjoy clarity with this. The only problem I have is it doesn't have enough bass, and it's slightly thin in the mids. It's slightly thin on the mids. It's clear, but it's thin on the mids because there is not enough bass to compensate or to make it thick, or to make it thick enough. But I love the case. The case is it's coming with most budget earphones. $15-16 earphones will never give you this kind of beautiful case. It's a very solid case. You can use it for several years. I don't think this case will have any issue. I think it's a nice case. So that's the thing. That's the thing. The details for it will be in the description if you want to get your hands on it. It's a nice earphone. I like what I saw. It's really good. But I would prefer something that has more impact in low frequency. And one more thing, it needs a bit of power to run. Both this model, the Phyton and the Evo, the Evo earphone, they both need the Aura Evo, they both need power. They both need power. They're a bit power hungry. So that's just another thing that I've come to see. So if you have that, if you have power to give them, they'll be all good. They'll be all good. So that's it. I'll leave all the details in the description if you want to check it out. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see everybody very much next time.